So as I said, Mr. Prime Minister, enough respect to you and to the House of Parliament. And why is it that not the JLP and the PNP come together and put hands and heart together and run the country to make it more better, you know what I mean, and just to keep set the trend so we can give them the rightful respect and ratings and honor, you know what I mean? Because Jamaica is a nice place, you know, everybody want to come to Jamaica right around the world, you know, when you go to people talk a lot about Jamaica. You can hear it on the TV, on the radio, you know, on social medias and all these things same way, you know what I mean? And Mr. Holness, I said, you're the father of Jamaican people, you know what I mean? Whether man or woman, you know, because you're the head of the country, you run the country, you know what I mean? You have contacts with all people. So just come together and just run the country so everybody can live as one, like one big family, as Half Pint said, you know what I mean? Because unity is strength, and that's all we need in Jamaica. You know, land of paradise. You know, everything is here. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying you have to, and I'm not saying you should if you don't want to, you know, but you can follow a few of the ideas them that I mentioned earlier up in the video. You know what I mean? And let the voice of the poor be heard. You know, because once the baby is crying, that means the baby need help. And the poor is crying a lot. A long, long time now. You know what I mean? And the only way for us to redeem ourselves, we have to unify. You know, put hands and heart together and deal with what to deal with in order for us to have success. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in this country who have riches, have money. We can come together and to help out the poor class so everybody can live good. You know what I mean? So once we are living for our brothers and sisters, then we can have a better relationship. You know what I mean? In this lifestyle. You know what I mean? So, as I said, you know, one love, Rastafari, and everybody should just put hands and heart together and work things out. Then we have less crime, less poverty. Because poverty is a crime, and crime is poverty. And the judgment that the poor face, the rich won't face it. You know what I mean? So, you know, let us do the right thing and call upon the Most High to help us same way to change our situation. He said to knock and the door shall open, seek and he shall find, ask and it shall be given. So I'm knocking on the door, Mr. Holness, and I mean I'm asking you, you know what I mean, and I'm seeking you also to, you know, to do something better for the poor class in Jamaica. Because many people out there worse than me who can't find a night meal. You know, some of them have a place to sleep same way, you know what I mean, and that's very painful. So when you look and walk and pass a black man out there rolling up on the street side or a black woman out there with naked and walk around, people have a lot of problems, so it's like it trigger off the mind and the brain and get it insane. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, you know, let's see what we can do for each other. Because better can come. But we have to be the fortunate, have to help the less fortunate. You know what I mean? Yeah, so let's just see what we can do for help out each other. You know, love is the only thing that can make Jamaica a better place. And without love, it ain't gonna work. To be honest with you. You know what I mean? And as I said, if Mr. Holness, if you have a heart inside, use your heart. It makes things better for you. It makes you have growth. It makes you have more success. It makes you have more power. It makes you have more strength. Love, that 4-letter word, love, means to care, and love means to share. Just the same way you love your kids, use that love and love all the kids of Jamaica. Use that love and love all the people of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because you can have your son and your son becomes a bad man or your son becomes a disobedient type of child just the same way. And I know you're not going to hate him if you even don't like some ways about him. You know what I mean? But love us the same. Love all the poor people. There's a lot of poor people out there in the street who ends even can't meet, and sometimes the system just tearing down the poor. You know what I mean? Take away them stuff on the street and all this thing. We understand because they're disobedient, but they want to eat a food just the same way. You know, sometimes we come like a dog. You know what I mean? We are in, we mean like coming like a dog. Like you would have chose some food to feed a dog and you run him like you feed your dog and you run the other dog. And you give him a big stone, you beat him with a piece of stick or whatever, him still coming back because he need the food. So sometimes poor people being like that because they need the food, so the more pressure they go under, them still have to go try to find a way because there's no way of giving up in this lifestyle. Things got to be taken care of. Kids have to go to school and everything, have to buy food, have to buy and all these type of things. You know what I mean? So we have nobody to vent for us more than we ourselves. You know what I mean? You know, and like say, when okay, then there's a place now where you can go food for the poor. You know, like what them have in the States and them type of thing there, where people can go to go get meal and them type of thing there. The system doesn't set like that. So if you set the system in a way that the poor can benefit out of it, I guarantee 100% you're going to get success. Because no one can put you under bondage, Mr. Oldness, and them get the best of you. No one can come disrespect you and think that, okay, yes, you're going to get a good response from the Prime Minister. No, that's not going to work. So it's the same way when with the poor people, if you put us under bondage, then we can't have the strength and the power and the vigor in order to serve you or to satisfy you when we are under pressure. Because the mind gets fluctuated, the mind gets burdened down, the mind stressed down. You know what I mean? So we can't do our best. You know, as long as we spirit not free, then we can't push out 100%. You know what I mean? And you have the ability to let it be. You know what I mean? Don't do it for us, do it for God. Do it for love. You know what I mean? Just put us in your picture, like when you're home, go to your bed at night time, lay down, looking in your ceiling, reasoning with your wife. You know what I mean? Just consider the poorer class. Just imagine a man who don't have a bed for lay down in when you lay down in your bed. When you're driving your vehicle, imagine a man who can't afford to buy a vehicle. When you're having a meal, imagine a person who can't afford a meal. How would that person survive? You ever go in the kitchen looking at the jar, can't find a spoon of sugar, not even just a spoon of sugar for mix a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Or a slice of bread for eat. You know what I mean? So Mr. Oldness, if you have a heart inside as a man of the country, as a Prime Minister, I want you to do something better. You know what I mean? And as I said, enough respect goes out to you same way. And all of the parliamentarians and all the people of Jamaica and the music industry same way. One love to the whole Jamaica and to the whole world. You know, coming from Sowseed, the upcoming artist. It's just love, togetherness, Rastafari, blessed.